Hello Cardfighters, how are we doing today? You're with Callum, in background is Jason playing Cardfight EX.
Hello.
He is doing Toshiki Kai's story for me, because we thought I might do a change of pace. Today we are doing another trial deck unboxing of Retros. This time it is Leon Soyuz Aqua Force. So without further ado, let's get into it. If I can find the... Ah, there it is, up in the corner. So, the same as the Toshiki Kai's Thunder Break Dragon one, you get the Starter's Guide. Bear with me 1 second. You get the Starter's Guide, which we explained in the last video, so I won't go too in depth into that. We also have a playbook that has all your rules, regulations, and it goes into limit breaks, ride stands, and all the different variations. Then, of course, you have the playmat, which I won't show you. I'll show you both sides. So, standard original, it tells you how to start your trigger zone, and on the back you have Leon's trial deck, and it tells you how to use it with combos. On the other side is the Liberator trial deck again, Slash of the Silver Wolf for Garmor. So, now that that part's out of the way, let's actually move onto the deck, shall we? So, kicking things off, we have one Naval Gazer Dragon, with that foil being really nice. So, its skill is an axe skill. Limit Break 4, which is when 4 or more cards are in the damage zone. Counterblast 2, until the end of the turn, this unit gets 3k power. And Auto for rear Vanguard. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, if this is the third battle or more of your turn, choose up to 2 of your Aqua Force rear guards and stand them. So, again, Aqua Force restand, consistency attacks. Always at play as usual. Next we have 2 copies of Marine General of the Full Tide Xenophon. So his skill, when this unit attacks, if it's the third battle of that turn or more, this unit gets 3k power until the end of that battle. Second skill, when this unit attacks, if you have an Aqua Force Vanguard, and if it's the third battle of that turn or more, this unit gets 1k power, making it an 11k attacker. Which is pretty good considering. So, next up, we have 4 copies of Kianka David, or however you want to say it. So, skill, Vanguard and Rearguard, Counterblast 1, when this unit attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, it gets 3k power. So that's just the same as the grade 3s from majorities as supports for high attack boosters. High attackers, sorry. So for the time being, if you're just starting with a trial deck, they're worth keeping in because you're going to give a powerhouse. So moving on to grade 2s. 4 copies of Tier Knight Lazarus. No skill, but it's a 10k attacker, so powerhouse. Although the V-Series, it dropped its power, I believe. Yeah, again, the skill of having, if it is the second tackle or more, it gets 2k power. So next we have, let me just check, make sure. Oh, we've only got just 1 copy of him. Oh.
Okay.
Marine General of the Restless Tides Algos.
Yeah, you only get 1 copy.
So, his skill. Oh, he does have a nice... Oh, no, is it... Yeah, it's foiled. Oh, very nice. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if you have an Aqua Force Vanguard, if it is the 4th battle that turn or more, draw 1 card. So that's draw power. Which, to be honest, could work, considering that Aqua Force works on consistently attacks, and more units means more attacks. 2 copies of Coral Assault. Let's have a look, shall we? Skill, when this unit attacks, if you have an Aqua Force Vanguard, if it is the 3rd battle or more that turn, this unit gets 3k power. Ooh, so that's nice. if you want to
Pull the critical triggers.
pull in consistency attacks, or in Jason's case, losing the criticals against Mamoru Anjo.
He pulled 2 crits in his drive checks. He's
Hey
not stopping.
Jace, Mamoru's going critical.
God damn it.
Next up, we have 4 copies of this guy. Titan of the Infinite Trench. Ooh, what a name. Skill, when this unit intercepts, if you have a Aqua Force Vanguard, this gains 5k. So that's basically the same as Shield Master from Shield Master Dragoon of Narukami. Which is always good, considering. Why did the music stop? The music went off. Next up, we have 4 copies of Ternite Theo, 8k base. 4 copies of. So again, it's just like for those who've watched the Narukami episode, it's basically he's equivalent to Red River. Next up, we have 4 copies of Ternite Cypress. Oh, looks like a little angel. So, skill, Vanguard or Rearguard, act skill. Where this unit gets 1k to the end of that battle. So, matching Ternite Theo. So, 8k booster or an 8k attacker depending on where you place it. Next up, Accelerated Command. And its skill is, when this unit is placed on Rearguard, choose another on your Aqua Force unit and gets 2k power. So he's a power distributor, so in terms of late game and you need the extra power, he's worth using if you're still trying it based. Then you have 1 Splash Assault. Splash. When this unit attacks, if you have an Aqua Force Vanguard, if it's the 3rd battle that turn or more, this unit gets 3k power. So that's good for a 9k attacker. Next up, we have 2 copies of Battle Siren Cynthia. And its skill is, choose a card from your hand and discard it. When an attack hits during the battle that this unit boosted, you may pay the cost. If you do, draw a card. So, them type of skills I'm normally hit or missing is, because depending on your hand, you can either drop something good, and you may end up drawing into something bad, but it's the risky play with this, with them kind of decks. So next up is Battle Siren Dorothea, sorry. So this skill is, when this unit boosts an Aqua Force Vanguard, if it is the 3rd turn of that more, the boosted unit gets 4k power, meaning more hand for your opponent to drop to guard. Which always works, especially when it's Aqua Force with multi-attacking. So now, we have the Grade Zeros, and this is the Grade Zero starter, Officer Cadet of the 1st battle. Which, to be honest, I do like the art, because he's there holding a trident. So you can't knock that one. So the standard setup is 4 criticals, 4 draw, 4 stand triggers, or if you know it from the V series, these are equivalent to the front triggers. And then finally, 4 heal triggers, which, to be honest, I prefer this art to the V series of Lady Elixir. So that's pretty much it for the trial deck. In terms of what I'm going to do with it, I am planning on making a complete Maelstrom deck, going with Glory Maelstrom in. So basically it'll be how it was at the end of pretty much when Aichi versus Leon, with Aichi having Platinum Ezel. Was that right, Jace? Aichi had Platinum Ezel, didn't he, when he faced off against Leon with Glory Maelstrom? So that'll be eventually what I might convert this into. Oh, for those who are interested, if you bear with me 1 minute, Jace, can you go into the Ottoman?
Yeah.
And get the orange deck box? Thank you. So for those who are interested, I do have a V-Series Aqua Force deck as well. And if you're interested, I will show you the difference in the arts on the cards.
Time for waterfall.
So, start with, We'll start with Naval Gaze of Dragon. So you've got the retro here. And there is the V-Series. So you can see they changed the design around a bit. But both designs are really good. So I can't really complain. Next up is Coral Assault. Coral Assault will be next. Just bear with me while I find them amongst my decks. In case I have any changes. So I only have one copy of it at the minute, but it's still enough. So again, retro against the V. I do like the V because he looks a bit more controlled. And the art does look better with him actually being underwater. Because that shows him like he's going to come out of the water. So that's them. Next up is Marine General the Restless Tide Algos. So we have the retro there. And the V-Series. All they've done is just change the direction. And gave him more greyish hair, making him look older. But, so that's the difference. Other than that, still good cards. Next up, let's have a look. Now I wonder if I still have him in.
Depending what card you're looking for.
Yes, I do. Hey, I'm on a winning streak. So next up is Tier Knight Lazarus. So you've got the. This is where I see you be doing changes. So you've got the retro against the V. This changed the direction of where he's standing. And then the skill is 3k power if it's a second attack and more on the V-Series. Which is good if it's on Vanguard or Vanguard and your opponent's using a Force Clan with a 10k grade 2. It helps. Next up will be Tier Knight Theo. So just bear with me while I find him. So as you can see already, there is a completely different change. So this is the retro, showing him on top on the board of the ship. Where the V-Series shows him underwater on the ship.
Oh, my little.
So in terms of which I prefer the V-Series because it looks better because he's actually underwater instead of on the surface. And then that's it on grade 1s. The triggers actually don't look much different. So that's that. Upcoming news in terms of what's happening in the Vanguard community for us is, to be honest, things are actually going pretty quiet for us, aren't they, Josh?
Yeah.
Not many people are doing many activities now at the minute. So it's a bit of a letdown in some respects because not many people are doing anything.
I mean, for me, I'm mostly just on EX.
Yes, Jason's on EX constantly.
I mean, I'm just making some random decks now.
Yeah, he's literally got all of his main decks plus all of our decks done on there.
I also make a Kitus.
Oh yeah, he's even made a Night Ice Prisoner Necromancer Demon Kokodos deck. But yeah. So yeah. If anyone's interested, please feel free to ask us if you want to ask us any questions about what we do and like get up to with the Vanguard stuff. We're more than welcome to answer any questions. Hey Joyce. I am thinking about having a discussion with them, with Jason and Reese, about considering about doing a Q&A.
Yeah, Q&A is fine.
So if you want us to do a Q&A, we're more than happy to. The only thing we ask is that you don't ask too personal questions. For example, like what would you say would be too personal, Jace, in your respects?
I mean, not. If it's gonna be personal question, just don't go over the top.
Yeah, like we don't mind answering a couple of personal questions, like what our hobbies are, what we work as in our living, stuff like that. But I mean, going like in depth, like what really in depth.
Make it too
personal, basically.
I mean, yeah, not make it too personal, and those don't go over.
Yeah.
Sexual.
But if you want to ask us like questions like what got us started into Vanguard,
Come on.
why we chose our decks, that kind of stuff, we're happy to. So feel free to comment on this video. What if you want us to do a Q&A? If so, please start pouring in them questions. In the next couple of weeks, if you start them, we'll try and work together. It'll probably be me and Jason start one off first, and eventually we'll look at getting one with Reese. But when you do the questions, put a capital C for Callum and a capital J for Jason to direct you questions are for.
Or just put both.
Yeah, or CJ for whoever. We're more than happy to do it. We want to try doing different things because we know some people are getting sick and tired of seeing deck profiles and matches, and they might want something varied.
Mm-hmm.
So we want your input. We do enjoy criticism. What we don't want is insults like we had the other day, because that was completely uncalled for, and it's very disgrunting. It's nothing because I got rid of it, but
Okay.
basically the language used in that comment was completely out of line. You know who you are if you're watching this, but we do enjoy your input. We do want the criticism because this is still new to us. We've only been going for a couple of months. We want the input to try and push ourselves better. We're not trying to get anything out of this other than just showing off what we love. Like, of course, we don't rub it in with our SVRs and stuff like that. We just want to...
We just generally pulled it by accident.
Yeah. My Sherlock and like Jason Tsukiyomi deck, I pulled him the SVR one at the price pack on our sneak preview tournament, which was just pure luck. And then I opened up one of the Aerial Seed Operations and pulled him his SVR Gantzlot, the first one.
Ooh.
But we call that just jamminess.
Yeah.
But we hope you enjoy. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe to us. Don't forget to check our Instagram, which is Cardfight VG Cardfight Cup.
Mm-hmm.
We do post photos on there, and we're always welcoming new viewers and followers to have discussions with. So yeah, leave a comment below what you want to see more of. And with that, I'll switch the camera around to Jason on EX for a bit of gameplay footage. And if you want to see that, please feel free to comment and what decks you want us to see fight. Jason's got too many, so he'll be happy to oblige. Won't you, Jason?
Yeah, I might consider doing putting up Twitch.
Yeah, we'll if you want to see gameplay footage and that live from Jason, comment down below. If we get enough people wanting it, we will do
Waterfall
a Twitch.
Or the end.
Or
I have 3 waterfalls in my hand right now.
If we went live, that would be a really good debate. I'm going to say Dragonic Overlord the end. And you see Papa can't get the black banner saying the end.
I mean, he has 9 cards in hand, and he might have Sentinel. I can't stop him, you know.
9 cards.
Yeah, 9 cards.
What's his field?
Doha, Garen, and Ammon.
What's his grade 3?
Blade Master.
Waterfall.
He just did the Blade Master combo on me.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, but I pulled the crit.
What's in his soul?
His soul just...
Nice, so he needs another grade.
That he do have. If I Sentinel him...
But Garen's skill can soul charge.
But don't forget, I have...
Yeah. So, for the rest of the match, you can enjoy this video. It won't take him too long.
Call one waterfall, call one of this.
Jason's not being a bully.
Right, Dragonic Waterfall, Text of Vance, Soul Blaster Overlord. I have 3 left in my deck.
Is that all? Heal trigger.
Can't heal.
So go in there. Oh yeah, we do Japanese phrases from time to time.
There you go.
And just like that, he's done and got me a trophy. What did you get me? The
just
Kagero one.
Yeah, Kagero trophy.
Arigato.
Okay, one.
Yeah. You can ask us stuff like what anime we're watching that, because we're proper like engrossed into our animes and stuff, aren't we, Jace?
Oh.
Well, Jason's outmatched me on that.
Oh, Kai just got backlashed. But
unfortunately for us, we're not as talented as different fighting fully understand what's going on. We
No,
could tell by
I
character.
know this one. Basically,
Kai got wrecked.
Miwa told Kai to don't make it too overpowered because Kai is overpowered. So when you beat Mamora said, "Yeah, Kai, you kind of overdid it a little." So and then that shot Kai. So the next part of the story is your main character Kai, going to be playing against Shiori, but she'll be using an Overlord deck while you use her Angel Feathers deck.
And just while you're on there, you might as well show them. If you go onto Izumi, show them the deck psych what they have.
So Izumi, basically the main character you play as in the story. Your first deck is a trial deck of Kai. You get different sort of EX gift.
So start with the first two decks are the ones I use in real life.
So
being Garnet Buster.
I fixed the problem for.
He did
Callum.
fix my Counterblast problem.
So this is more of a competitive for.
And it does work, and I have actually beaten another Gauntlet Buster deck with my deck, with that deck format.
Here's the Silverthorn.
Lucia, which unfortunately the only thing missing out of mine is just one copy of Lucia. We have a Mordred, which we are in the process of working on. Because Jason does have an SVR Mordred. He pulled himself.
One copy.
He did pull it. So we're on the way. An Overlord, which is what Reese has, but Jason's made it better.
Well, if it's my version, then yes, but this one is basically out of yours.
Yeah. Then the Blade Master deck, which I'm going to be working at, which is what I'm going to be making because I am not following every other Kagura user. I'm making an Overlord deck.
My
Jason's Gancelot.
competitive version of it.
Yeah, which he does have Escapade.
Yep.
My Platinum Ezel deck,
Ezel.
which is what I built to my needs. Jason's OTT.
My PlayStation is fully complete, and I made the 12 crit combo one, but this is Callum, but not fully finished.
My Maelstrom deck.
Just from triggers. And
However, I'm decided I'm not going to make a Maelstrom deck anymore. With Dragon's Vanity coming out, I'm going to make a Revan deck, but I'm just going to get 3 more copies of Glory Maelstrom because it showed him using Glory Maelstrom in the deck from the anime. So I've already got one, which I'll show the viewers right now.
So basically, when you get in the deck, you get VP and CP. The CP is basically when you pull in the cards, when you pull duplicate cards.
Glory Maelstrom.
Buying in the pack, you can go on deck editing, the first one that highlight. You can press triangle and hover to the card, and depending on some sort of like just say you want an extra copy of the Tonics Drill, you can. The triangle bit is basically the cost of the CP, and the top one is your CP. You can just buy the card without literally going into the booster set. It is good, but
and of course you get foils and that.
Want to get the foil card, so it's there.
I only want to foil up my favourite decks.
Yeah, we've got.
And then the last 3, the Genesis, the Gear Chronicle, and Tachikaze, were actually done on a roulette.
Yeah.
We decided to put every clan that we hadn't done into a roulette and then select it and narrowed it down to the last 2 to see what decks to make next because we had no clue what decks to make. So we just done a roulette and said, right, this is what we're going to do. And then he said, like, we chose like the main grade 3 to focus on and then now the results. So for the Tachikaze, it's Angle Blader. For Genesis, it's Himiko. And then for Gear Chronicle, being Mystery Flare Dragon, which I do prefer the Stride version. So here's a quick fight of Izumi versus Rekka.
I'm going to skip the story.
Rekka uses Neo Nectar with Force 2. So I would either suggest, you know what, give him a preview of Mordred.
Okay.
Bullying. So Mordred deck is when Jason plays this, and sometimes when I play this, it's a bully. So I'm only showing you half because
yes, I gotta agree too.
We know how Neo Nectar work. It focuses on plateaus. So without further ado, let's zoom in a little bit more.
Oh, I got blasted up. Hell yeah.
So we're just going to see ours. Actually, no, zoom out a little bit. So you'll see the whole field, and let's get into it.
Oh, she pure right. Oh. No go.
No, Gado. Draw
Masquerade.
the trigger.
Can I get Masquerade, please? I don't want to waste a Blast Dark.
Draw.
Then I'll
Nani.
waste a Curse Lance.
No, use Blaster Dark in this on a ride.
Alright, I can do the
Okay,
Mordred
you're set.
I can do the Mordred combo.
You're set. Oh, yeah, you've got much in hand.
Yep. But I'm not going to be using Mordred Counterblast because I'm going fast.
Yeah.
I actually didn't pull a trigger.
Haha.
So basically, when you're using Mordred, all your counterblasts, most of the counterblast is for Swordbreaker,
Yeah.
and you only at least need one Nevin on the field just to get Swordbreaker on the field.
Yeah. Again, just for draw power.
Yeah.
Which eventually just builds hand up. I think the most I ever had was about, what, 12 cards in hand? Roughly?
I had 14 once.
Yeah, well, we've got like 7 in hand now.
Oh, you're killing her. Yeah, why not? She's technically an anti-Nevin card for Masquerade. Crit me!
That's not a crit.
I said crit me.
Nice, Masquerade.
Yeah, that's the card I needed. I'm gonna no guard it. Give me Counterblast.
Double or nothing, Jace.
Well, to be honest, I already had one more drill. And I could use Danger Lunge because I had them.
True. We will go into depth into that as soon as we get Danger Lunge and we'll explain it. Yeah, we only use Force 1 because it's the best.
I give the Force 1 to the van, just at least one.
Name skill, hat's door.
And then call Swordbreaker. Swordbreaker skill.
Go on, drawing a Masquerade. Oh, I called it! I called it!
Call that.
Perfection. So what we're going for, Jace, Masquerade, Blaster Dark or Mordred? Wow. Good variety there.
To be honest, you just at least need one more Mordred to put into the soul.
You could do Blaster Javelin and get another draw.
Yes, but I don't want to do that too quickly.
So, Mordred's skill is when Blaster Dark's pulled on the field, you get an imaginary gift. And it'll just keep going.
No skill.
It can just...
Basically, you can just put Blaster Dark anywhere
Yeah.
you want, and you can just get a free gift.
And then like some Murakuma just means you can just keep stacking. Because with Hyoga, it just keeps sends everything back to your deck, and you're like, oh yeah, cheers, I'll keep stacking Force Markers now.
Soul Blasting a grade 3.
Yeah. Well, at least you got Swordbreaker to go 10k now.
Yeah, and I got a Curse Lance just to soul charge.
Yes, Curse on skill is Soul Charge, Soul Blast, and Counter Charge.
Get 10k power.
And it gets 10k power with a Soul Blast.
Nah, just kill her.
Rip.
It's the fact that her token is literally just there for Sicilian, that's it.
And that new grade 3 she uses.
Oh, the tomato. The tomato.
Tomato.
The tomato card. Basically, Counterblast, retire one token, call 2 units from the deck, and...
Made in a Trailing Rose.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, it's that one.
Try what she wants.
Is that all?
To be honest, I could have got that.
Yeah. Perfection. And you draw it into another PG. That's what you call perfect.
47 with 2 triggers on top. Yeah, let's just give it 2 to pass.
Oh, oh, she ain't banking on it. She's not banking on it. Oh, she should have banked. You can guard that.
It's a
45.
45.
Heal and intercept with Masquerade.
True. And I got 2 Counterblasts, and she's holding 10 cards. Yeah, let's force it.
I think Masquerade skills doesn't even cost Calm Blast or Soul Blast.
Nah, it just retire 1 unit.
All we have to do is call Soulbreaker first. Let's
see what I get. Oh, I was searching for Danger Lunge. grab this.
So, with Danger Lunge's skill, you need to have a grade 3 in the soul, which Jason now has.
Get a gift.
And you need to have 3 imaginary gift markers, which we have achieved. Ooh, Blaster Dark again. And yes, people, it is the parallel rare. Our luck of pulling on this is better than real life.
No skill.
The amount of ORs and parallel rares we have in this is a joke.
Draw.
Rip. That leaves 1. You don't forget you can do Mordred, unless you want to use the main corner of a sword breaking kind of charge.
Get a freebie draw.
Counter charge. Then Mordred.
Alright. Call you. Skill. Draw. Yikes. Call you here.
There is reason to be honest.
Soul Blast. Counter charge. Now I've got some trigger for hand.
Yeah, the best thing about this deck when it plays is you will get a trigger for hand. Whoop-de-doo. We still can't guard what we've got in store.
And now the cool thing is, Blasted Dark kills the rear guard.
Mordred skill, hat still.
Mordred attacks, Mordred counterblast, stands all my Blasted Darks and get 10k power.
Yeah, all Blaster Darks get 10k power and restand. What was it, 1 pass? Oh no, 2 to... No, it's no pass.
Yeah, it's no pass. But I'm giving the 1 crit to here.
Yeah, we try and evenly distribute the triggers out between the 2 Blaster Darks. Or if we end up getting Danger Lunge, we'll just give them all to Danger Lunge. Like, we'll give the crit to Danger Lunge, but power to Blaster Darks. No, it's 50 with a crit.
Oh.
That's 40.
Well, she perfect guarded me. Now she has 6 cards.
Wow, she's going through them crits quickly then. We are going...
To be honest, you actually give more triggers to your hand.
Which works for us, to be fair. Yeah.
She killed her grade 3 and calls...
Tomato!
The tomato and the interceptor. Gets
And
power.
Tomato Boy can explode with a crit.
Tomato retires 2 units.
Gets 10k.
Power.
Wow, look at
Soul
them
Blast
combos.
retire, cause 2. Look, you can
Calm down!
You can power up yourself, but the thing is, I'm only going to take 1 damage. I could have needed that guard, but now.
Nah. What we want is danger. Come sing girdle. Nah. Get on with it. Jason. Callum.
I am. You know why?
Bruh.
She can't hit me.
Bruh. See what I mean? Trigger for hand, boys.
She got 10
Come on.
cards.
Come on. Mordred up. Gift the Blaster Dark on the right.
And to be honest, it's here.
Sword Breaker. Well, yeah, you got one kind of boss here. Damn.
So, battle. 30 to the van.
Rip.
I could have done a boost as well, but that would be a waste.
Well, yeah, it's considering we're going to restand.
30 again. She got 5 cards. I could have final turn.
Well, there's no saying that because you don't know what she's got though.
28 restands.
Complete guard.
PG me all you want.
No.
Got an Emin. Got a crit.
That's 55. Crow. Just crow.
No.
Criddle.
No, the 2 cards in hand. See?
Oh,
The
yeah.
2 cards in hand. You don't know if you have a PG. So at least use a 4 one first, and then use a 55 with a crit.
You're done.
And there you go. That's what Mordred game is.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you bully. It's too bad they get Danger Lunge, but for those of you Shadow Power didn't know it, It's basically put it in this way: if you've used a Granitic Waterfall and know its skill, we call Danger Launch the knockoff Waterfall for Shadow Paladin.
It basically is. Right now for Izumi, you can have any EX gift you want.
Yeah,
We put the global skill because
basically it gives it like 1.2 times more on VP.
yeah.
So it just means we get more money.
Even your final turn, you can get a little bit more bonus. This is a way of opening more packs.
How much we've got?
You got 3,590. You can open at least seven.
So
Seven.
I'll tell you what. We're only 35 minutes in. Let's do a pack opening. Do a box opening.
What do you want? Oh yes, people. You can buy packs. You can buy trial decks. You can
Buy sleeves and playmats.
You have 3 shops. Each different shop sells
Different clans.
and you get a playmat, but they'll all be the same playmat. So yeah.
Heroic Evolution.
PlayStation Store, you don't get it if you don't have a Japanese account. Just to let you guys know.
Joe's.
Heroic Evolution.
Yeah, we need spinning.
You want spinning? Okay. 8 packs.
Right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, place your bets. I am going for Spinning Valiant.
I'm going for Draconic Overlord.
Right, it's been called.
You can just you can double tap X, or you can just hold it. So second pack, we got
Double. Don't need it.
third pack.
No.
Okay cards.
Yeah.
Okay cards.
Come on, spinning.
Well, you don't know. Blade Master.
Yeah.
But everything that you pulled here now, they're all duplicate cards.
Including Blade Master.
Yeah, we can do
3 packs.
3
Let's.
packs.
I'm still saying spinning.
I don't know. It just be random cards.
Oh, let's see how I look.
Destiny Dealer, such a.
Last pack. Meh. That's fine.
You still got a dozen packs left, so yeah.
So, we hope you enjoy that, ladies and gentlemen, and a bit of EX preview. So, with that, we'll see you really soon. Bye.
Bye.